Yo, 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 welcome everyone to TCR Trinity Competitive Racing for round number 12 of the Golden Class. We're here for the Canadian Grand Prix. My name is Seafruit22, alongside Silent. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. How's it going?
Pretty good. I'm very excited for today's race. How is everyone in the group? How is everyone?
No, everybody's doing so well. I mean, we've had a few guys come out, spin at the Wall of Champions already. Some have spun coming down turn 3 and 4, I believe. So it's going to be an interesting race. Lots of traction zones. People are still trying to struggle for them, trying to get used to that. And we'll see what happens, man.
Oh yeah.
So far, if we want to go over the championship real quick, we have Jones in first with 1 point over Mitch, who's been moved up. So that's Jones with 126 points and Mitch with 125 points. And you have Fatal in the Toro Rosso with 117, Darkest with 113, and then 5th through 10th is Giggle, Kitten, Opus, Norton, Ultimate, and Airborne. So the top teams are Toro Rosso in first, Sauber, Ferrari, Mercedes, and then McLaren. Those are the top 5 teams.
Awesome. So it's looking pretty close, coming down to the wire. Still no everybody's game, or not everybody, but for most people towards the top. Just a couple key things before we get into the race to note. Couple name changes. Gate Angelo switched it to whatever this is, so we're gonna still call him Gate Angelo. Drolix is now William, who was in the McLaren, so he's now Drolix or Rads. So I don't know what we're gonna
Rads for short.
Rads for short. All right, so that's what we'll go with, Rads for short. And then also welcoming back the Mexican driver, Gordo, that he did last year in Golden Class, so he is now getting into the hot seat again, alongside Airborne, filling in for Real Spirit. So Gordo is back in action.
Gordo, I remember him being very fast in last year's Golden Class, so he's got some potential to just mix up this field, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, he's qualified 8th right now. Hypersoft tire. So he's looking pretty good. Let's see. I wouldn't say debut. I guess debut in this season. Let's go with that. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Actually, just to highlight the actual driver standings. Right now, we have the closest rivalry we have is actually the team of the Toro Rossos, Fatal versus Darkest Crime. Darkest Crime. So we've got about a 5-point difference between those two guys. So they're fighting it out to see who is the #1 driver in Toro Rosso.
Oh yeah, and that's actually funny you say that because in Platinum, shameless plug, tune in tomorrow 8:30 p.m. Eastern for the Platinum Class. We're here at the Canadian Grand Prix. Myself and Talon are fighting it out at Toro Rosso to see who's #1 at Toro Rosso. I think we're 5 points or so the difference. So it's kind of a Toro Rosso themed season for both classes, which I love.
Not too bad. So the Toro Rosso right now, they're getting into some fights in the garage. You know, both sides are real quiet because they don't want to give each other the edge.
Exactly. Also, a couple things to note. Head steward Tico is making a start here. He's reserving, so he'll be filling in for Motor for today, as well as you probably saw Mojo So Fly is returning as well. He was in Platinum last year, so he's gonna finish reserving for the remaining races. So Mojo should be in the car, so we'll have 19 drivers, which is really cool to see. So it's looking like a good one. I don't know. I just want to get started. I want to get past all this nonsense. And let's just get going.
I gotta say, Freeze, I was just looking at the time, and Clues just put in a blistering time on those hypersofts. I mean, he was over almost a second faster than second place.
Wow. Well, he is on the hyper.
He is. Yeah, that is true.
And
But
the
still,
first guy
that
on
is
the
quite
hyper. But
a
if that
lap.
strategy could work, man, it'd work out really good for him. I mean, Clues getting a pole position. I don't think I'd ever even say that, even with this tire advantage, ever. So I'm actually gonna say, Clues, congratulations on that, because it's like that's an accomplishment, I guess, in itself. But now you got to do the
Yeah, it
job.
is.
You know, you all can see the standings here. I'm not gonna go down the 19. I'll
Cool,
be
cool.
here forever. So yeah, Clues on pole, Fail in second, Gate in third. Oh man.
Gate hasn't been here in a while, has he?
Well, right.
Like, he's been on and off.
Last week he was unable to race, and then the previous week he had a race ban, unfortunately, from his Italy races.
Okay.
So yeah, he had a race ban, but he's back in action. New name,
Good.
hopefully a new man. As oh, why am I on the grid? Oh no, I don't want this. Oh man.
Uh-oh.
All right, we'll get a little onboard action here. That
All right,
might
do you want
not
me to
be
go
too
up-
good.
go up this- All right.
Yeah, no, we're gonna try our best here. I'm gonna try to retire as soon as possible.
Okay.
But
That's
we're gonna
interesting.
go
I
for
was
this.
not
Hey, let's look at
expecting
the here's your weather forecast for today. As you can see, it's nice all cloudy all throughout, no rain or sprinkles. So yeah, there's your forecast. It's almost as if I intended to do that. Let me let me get the retire button. Good thing we have
You
formation
might
app.
actually have to do the whole thing in order to keep your car off the grid, actually,
Yeah, I might be.
because
I don't know.
unless you retire right now, I don't know what happens.
Well, we'll find out.
All right.
I shouldn't be. I can't. Oh, there's no way I could.
So you can't actually retire right now.
Oh God, this is so
This is
bad.
not good.
This is so bad. Can I go the opposite way? Would it disqualify me? Oh, there we go. Okay,
There we go. Yeah.
so you're gonna have to do sorry guys, we are obviously not professionals at this. That's because I had to invite Mojo. I forgot about him, and I forgot to hit backspect.
Oh.
We're gonna
Rookie
improvise here.
mistake.
We're gonna improvise here. This is.
All
Yeah, once we start, I'm gonna hit retire. So we might miss the glimpse of the start, but that's okay. Actually, silent. If you wanna record, just double tap the share button,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll
just in
record the
case
start.
if something does happen, we could always upload later. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I got it here. So you're still in the
Predictions.
cockpit, or what's going on?
Demosis and Seafree's on the podium. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. All
So
right,
sorry,
I'm
guys.
going Fatal Jones, and we're gonna go Working Man. Fatal Jones, Working Man.
Okay, I
think
like
this
it.
is Fatal's win.
I hope so. I hope
Alright.
so. Fatal's first
Are you-
win. He's in second.
Are you able to see the grid, or am I commentating this first thing?
No, you could commentate the first stint. I'm
Okay.
in the peanut gallery back here with Norton and Tico.
All right. What's your predictions? Real quick. What's your prediction?
I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think Fatal's gonna go for the win, and I don't
Yeah.
know who's up in there. I guess Working Man and throw. Let's throw Clues up for third. Let's try that.
Wood? Okay, cool. All right, so here we are lining up on the grid in Montreal, Canada. We are following Fatal right now as he lines up at the grid. We're waiting for the lights to come on. 1 light, 3 lights, 5 lights, and we're out. And it's a bit of a slow start, but here comes Clues gets a little bit of a squirrely start, but Fatal gets a bad start, actually. Gate Angelo comes up into second, and it looks like Jones actually takes advantage of his slow start and gets into third, so that makes Fatal fall down to fourth. But so far, so good. People are looking a little clean, but this is the sector where everything could all go wrong. Somebody's off in the grass a little bit. It looks like Ultimate and McLaren, I think that was. But that is currently our only collision so far. We have a little bit of a tap from Lopez and XP, but so far so good.
Yeah, a little bit of wing damage flying, not too bad. Everything's somewhat good for the 19 drivers. A little bit of wheel banging, nothing too bad. As I think we're all getting through this first lap. Clues out of the hairpin is going to be leading. We do have a little yellow. I don't know where that is.
Looks like XP locks up his brakes. Almost hits the back of Giggle a little bit.
Three wide in the hairpin. Norton.
Ooh.
Norton and head steward Tico going at it. Back here.
Nice, nice. Yeah, a few moves going up on that back straight as always. That's always predictable. That's the #1 passing zone, especially after the Wall of Champions.
Oh yeah, I think Darkest Crime might have hit it as well. Just a little kiss as Giggle and XP.
1 second freeze. Yep,
yeah,
exactly.
Going wheel to wheel.
Yep.
Giggle gets it. Moving on up is Giggle.
Nicely done. We got looks like Fatal and Jones are settling in here. It looks like Fatal's just hanging on to the back of Jones's slipstream for now.
Yeah, we got a good battle here with the working man in 5th. Gordo had a little problem. He lost a position. Coleman and Rads is in 8th, right behind him, not too far back in the hairpin. Let me get the tire strategy for you all. So, quite hectic start.
To be honest, like despite how narrow the circuit is, these guys did fairly well to avoid each other, to avoid any major collisions, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree for sure. Oh, XP and got back airborne. Opus is going a little wheel to wheel, belly to belly.
Oh. Looks like Airborne gets his elbows out a little bit and claims up position.
Opus moving on up.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, Opus. My bad.
Everyone's super close as we go back towards the upper in the field. We have Fatal going on Jones around the outside in this tight part of the track. Might have been a touch, but Jones for now is ahead. Remember, these guys have history back at Germany. Fatal wants a win. Fatal wants to beat Jones. Jones wants to beat Fatal into the hairpin. And yeah, working man right behind. Yeah. All in those ultra soft tires.
Sneaking up right behind him, yeah.
As Fatal was looking to overtake Jones, now he's going to have to try to defend and look behind him for Working Man as they come out of the chicane. A Working Man, a little loose. That's gonna.
They're all on the same tire, so this could be a really nice three-way battle, to be honest.
Coleman moving on up for now. Up to P6.
I'll keep an eye on this battle, see if anything happens.
Yeah. You kind of have to put it on the back burner, let it simmer a little bit. We'll come back in a minute. Airborne on Rats. Not quite. Oh, but McLaren. Spinaroo.
Oh no.
Had a little contact, I believe, with. Rats also is done a little Spinaroo.
1 second, freeze. It looks like these guys are getting real nice and close, getting a lot of chemistry between them right now. As they come up to the hairpin, it looks like it's going to be a nice drag race to the chicane. Let's see if anything happens right here. I think Working Man might
Not
be
only that,
closest.
but sorry, Gate is going to go on Clues for the lead. In the chicane, looks like the Hypers are falling off a little bit. So the Renault is up in first. Clues in second. And then we have the other battle of Fatal right behind Jones looking to T1. He's going to think better of it. He's got a long race ahead of him.
Yep.
As things just file out for the moment.
We got some movement between Opus and XP. I think XP actually just missed the corner a little bit. He got a 10-second time penalty.
Oh, wow.
So something must have happened there.
I mean, these drivers are so close to each other. You make one mistake in one of these chicanes and it backs everybody up. I mean, I think that's probably the cause of some of these incidences. Someone misses the chicane or gets slowed down, and it's kind of an accordion effect as the two Haas's are going at it into the hairpin.
Speaking of the accordion effect, we have a fourth driver coming to the party at this fight for third. It looks like Coleman's right behind the working man, ready to grab a few places for himself.
Oh yeah. As clues also, this is ship shopping shaping all up on on this race.
Yeah,
Man,
it
we got
is.
Norton, not Norton, my bad, Gate Angelo. Whenever I think Renault, I think Norton, but nope, that's Gate Angelo in first.
Yes,
So,
it is.
and you have clues right behind, and they're all within DRS range from 1 to 6. They're all there.
Exactly.
So they're gonna be slipstreaming and DRSing right off each other. You just got to watch the wing damage. You don't want that to hurt you. You know, you don't want to hit the back of another driver. As Fatal
Certainly.
looking
Gets a
looking
little
on
squirrely,
Jones. Jones defends.
Oh. He's gonna try it again this time around. He decides not to.
He's gonna
Has
get
to
a
wait it out for the hairpin then, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say he's maybe going to get a bad exit off that corner, allowing the working man to close up.
Yeah,
But it's
he
still
really has to make a move now.
These same positions.
Yep. Right now, I think Jones is definitely the conductor of this train, but at any moment I see Fatal pouncing or the working man pouncing as Clues actually pits. So he pits on lap 6. Could make those hypers last any longer, I guess.
I think he did a lot with those tires. I think he's going to put on those super softs. Yep, and he's going to go for that one stop. So we'll see how that works. Hopefully good for him. As last week in wherever we were, France, that strategy really didn't work for him. So hopefully his strategy works well for him, as his pace has really been improving. But Fatal and Jones, yeah, they're going at it. This is 1v1, Jones versus Fatal, blue versus red.
Yeah. He's trying to get his wing on the backside of him as much as possible, just to get that space, just to push Jones offline. But he's under threat from the working man, constantly just breathing down his neck.
Oh yeah, I have a feeling we might go a little 3-wide action pretty soon if
so,
Jones
too.
don't get a move on. Here we go, slipstream into the chicane. Fatal looking.
Fatal decides.
Still looking. As he's
But I
still
think
behind.
he's gonna get it done here. He's gonna get it done here. Oh no! Looks like Jones does a fantastic job blocking, actually. I think Fatal was trying to do the dummy on him, but Jones said, no, I'm not that dumb.
Well, I don't know. We'll see about that. We'll see. We'll see later on if he really is. But yeah, these guys are all on each other. I mean, they are gearbox to wing to gearbox to wing. I mean, and Working Man getting a nice exit. He's trying to overtake Fatal here. Now Fatal's going to have to do some defending. As Fatal's pushing, you don't want to go too much because you got to watch that wing. You got to watch that wing. Exactly. As Working Man into the hairpin, he's going to have a look.
Yep.
On board with Coleman.
Looks like Coleman just sticks his wing in that gap a little bit, but the Working Man closes the door.
And all this battling is actually working out really good for Gate Angelo. He's got a 2.3 second gap out in front, so these guys are keep battling. It's bringing Airborne into the mix as well as Opus, so we're going to have a real battle on our hands as Coleman on turn 1. Yep. Williams overtakes the Mercedes. You don't see that happening.
Hit the wall of champions, but I don't think he got any damage. It was mostly just tire contact. And it looked like Coleman just took advantage of that. As I say, it looks like Coleman does almost the exact same thing.
Yeah, Fatal. Lost the back end there. Oh, and Coleman's doing a little rally across that corner. Yeah. He's going to lose all positions. 3 wide.
Oh, my God. Oh, poor Coleman.
Oh, Coleman's out. He's out.
Yeah.
That race went from good to bad. He is out. Wow.
Virtual safety car.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to shake some things up.
Yeah, I think, when that happens, you get so angry. You get so fuming basically and frustrated. You just got to kind of have to keep it back, take a step back, and just get your bearings right and just jump back into the mode. It's
Totally agree. Yeah,
yeah.
and that point actually, the VSC is now over. Jones took advantage of it, but not as much as he would have thought. He's got a wing change too. That's something to note. That's probably why he
That's
was
why.
backing everybody up. But the VSC,
Yeah.
if you pit under the VSC, obviously, that works out better. Oh, someone big crash,
Uh-oh.
chicane. Tico, no Lopez. Oh, he's
Oh
trying to get in the pits.
no.
He trying to he he did the cut. XP's out. I think Red
As
Bull and
Rad
Ferrari
actually
had
gets
had a little
as Rad
problem
gets
there.
a little past Gordo actually, so well done on him.
Oh, just in the background, I saw them two did not look pretty going into the World Champions there.
Yeah.
So a couple things just happened. We're gonna have to analyze here. Couple things
That's
just
a lot
happened.
of
We have a lot going on right now. I mean, Coleman was in position, and it went really bad for him really quickly. Jones pitted. You have Working Man and Fatal now still battling out on track. You got Clues who pitted earlier on that other strategy, and you have these guys staying out, along with that crash in the chicane. So a lot is going on. As teammates here are going at it. Opus and Working Man. So a little switcheroo there, as now the Penguin is leading in third.
Opus comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, he started back. He was a little in trouble as well, but he's really coming back in this.
He's on fire right
He's showing
now,
his
yeah.
speed. Oh, Airborne getting all sorts of loose out of that corner. Nice save by him.
I just say, I think Opus is actually gonna go ahead and overtake Fatal. It looks like he's way faster than Fatal right now.
Oh yeah, he's
And
gonna
he
go for
actually
it.
goes in.
Oh,
Yeah.
smoking in the hairpin, locking
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, I think he definitely has this done.
DRS.
We'll see
Outside.
his straight-line speed.
Ooh, let's see. Around the outside, is this going to happen? Oh, Fatal thinks better of it.
Yeah.
He lets him go. Fatal actually pits,
Okay. well
thinking
done.
of the undercut,
Oh,
perhaps, but he gets
no.
speeding.
Oh, you know what? That's really hard to do in this pit stop. Especially when you have somebody behind you. You don't want to brake too early, but you're thinking about yourself. You don't want to brake too late.
Yeah, it's one of the. It really is a tricky pit lane. I think they have to move that pit start a
so,
little
too.
farther back, so the braking zone isn't really on the apex of the corner or the braking zone of the corner. That would help tremendously, especially for us. Maybe not more in real life, as it really doesn't happen as much. But in this, that would be really good.
That's very true. Very true. Looks like half the field's now on their super softs, and we're waiting for the top 5 to pit right now, who are all on the ultras. So it's definitely a one-stop strategy that everybody's trying today.
Yes, I agree. One stop, a couple different variations, but yeah, that's kind of the census here. As Darkus was started way back, he started on the super soft. So you have a couple drivers on the other strategy. You have my boy D Crime, you got Mojo, Giggle, Ultimate, and McLaren, all on those super soft tires.
Yeah.
Starting on the race, so they'll have the quicker tire later on. So we'll see how that goes. You had Airborne moving up on Working Man. I did miss that. I am sorry about that one. Oopsie. But it's kind of the calm before the storm. It's gonna get right back up in just a little bit.
I'm curious to see how far these guys take these ultra softs. I'm surprised they must be pitting either this lap or next.
Yeah, I'd say latest is lap 15 in my opinion.
Yeah.
Then you'd have another 20 laps on the super soft tire. Jones behind Tico, getting a little loose off the corner. Like I said, he already pitted. He's trying to make the most out of this undercut on the drivers. It didn't work on Fatal. Fatal actually got past Jones in the pit stop phase. So,
Yeah.
well, obviously Jones had the wing change, but Fatal also has that speeding penalty. So it kind of evens out. So we'll see who has the speed, as Workman is now in the pits, switching those tires.
We've got Opus actually just breathing down the neck of Gade Angelo, actually, and he's been doing it since the start-finish straight. He's really moving, trying to get past this guy before they actually get in the pits. So it's pretty much a battle to the pits, I'm assuming. And as
he's going to do it now,
goes around the outside, misses the apex a little bit, misses the other corner, but his job was done before it.
Questionable, but maybe within the lines. This is he might have been he let him by right there. So
yeah,
props
he certainly did.
Props to Opus there, but that almost went bad for Gade. I don't think he was expecting that, but
no. But you know it's kind of a smart little trick because of course Opus gets the DRS. Oh no, he didn't actually. Okay.
Yeah, but yep, Gade in the pits. It doesn't matter. He's switching those tires. He doesn't want to battle anymore. He wants to get those new tires on and see what he could do. Gade is actually in a really nice spot. I like where he is at, switching these tires. No wing change, just tires. Now he's going to be on the super soft. Let's see where he comes out.
Yeah.
Fatal's coming around just past. Gade is now. He's going to have the shorter way around. He's going to straight line the corner. He's going to be right behind Fatal. Yep, slots right in between them. So right in front of Jones, right behind Fatal. So still.
So Fatal's in a net first right now. So well done to him.
Yeah, in net first. After all that craziness. Clues went in the pits. I don't know. He probably had wing damage or something, but after looking so good, he had to pit. Now he's on ultra soft. So another error that he committed. I mean, Jones on Gade.
Oh wow, okay, nice. Running up to the DRS zone. Who's gonna get it? Jones has got
They're
it.
really they're giving each other a lot of room. They're all on both sides of the track. Jones gets the move done as Gade's teammate Norton is in the pits. It looks like Jones has a little bit more speed over Gade, but that doesn't mean Gade, he's got younger tires than both of them. As Working Man. Oh no, that's Opus. He pitted. He's out. He's in front of Jones behind Fatal.
Wow.
Nice pit stop.
Done, Opus. That's impressive. Nicely
His
done.
teammate Working Man and Tico going at it for 5th. Tico on those old Supras. Working Man's on the new.
Oh, Working Man on Tico, as you say. Nicely done, Working Man. That was nice and clean. Gave each other a bit of space. Well done.
So the top 5, I'd say, have a shot to win this race. The top 5.
Certainly. Yeah. And Opus, where did he even start, to be honest? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, let's see. Oops.
13 positions.
13 up,
oh
yeah.
my god. 15th place. Well done, man. Holy crap. That's a fantastic drive.
Yeah, you remember, was it last week or was it at Baku? Baku, Fatal and Opus were going at it. Opus won at Baku, and it was just a straight brawl, fist fight between Fatal and Opus, and they were going at it. Opus won that battle. But now you have, I think this is round number 2. I think it's round number 2 for these guys, and we're going to have to see. I think they added a couple other guys into the mix as well. So it's not just certainly. Fatal and Opus, it's Fatal, Opus, plus everyone else behind.
Yeah. And of course we know Jones with that incredible straight line speed. I guess that probably helped him when he was battling Fatal and the Working Man before at the first stint. So let's see if Jones will actually catch up to Opus, which he's under a second of now. And maybe he can actually, throw a wrench into Opus's plans and into catching up Fatal.
Yeah, I mean, Opus does have a couple laps younger tires. Although the good thing for Fatal actually is that if Jones can catch Opus, he'll bring everyone else with him, and they're just going to keep battling and causing Fatal to go into the distance. That's what Fatal wants. He hasn't had a win yet. He's been so close so many times. Can he get it done today? It looks like he's in prime position. We still have a lot to go.
I think so.
But it's looking good. It's looking good.
Yeah, exactly. I think so. I think Fatal can do this. He can definitely get his first win.
Although actually he does have that penalty, so.
Oh yes, that's very true.
Oh,
let's
Clues.
actually go ahead and see if.
Yeah, Clues had a little trouble there.
Top five, the top five, or at least the top three: Opus, Jones, and Fatal, all have penalties. Let's see.
Although Canada, obviously, a lot of corner cut opportunities. So between now and the end of the race, there's probably going to be a couple penalties.
But as of right now, we have Opus with 2 warnings. So if he gets one more warning, he'll probably get a penalty. Oh no, Opus with a 3-second penalty, so he's got that. So Fatal needs to make up 2 seconds, which he has right now.
Okay, sorry to interrupt, but I don't know what I just saw. Norton and Mojo got tangled together. I was just kind of looking at it like an easy move, but obviously something happened. Mojo got spun by Norton, but it was interesting to see. So, yeah, we'll let the stewards decide that one. As Norton and Giggle going at it. He just spun his teammate, or reserve teammate, so they're going at it. Little Renault versus Sauber. But yeah, you can continue. Penalty, so Opus had one.
Saying, it looks like Opus and Fatal both have one. Fatal has that 5-second penalty. Opus has that 3-second penalty. Jones, on the other hand, is clean as a whistle so far. So if he can get close enough, he can still win this race on penalties alone.
Oh, Tico spins airborne. Man, things are happening in the hairpin.
That ain't pretty.
Oh man, I'm catching all these things.
Yeah.
Man.
Tico on those 18 laps on those super softs, so that's why they're going away on him.
Yeah, he locked up, hit airborne, and they just got locked together. He's gonna have to come in the pits now.
Did Airborne get any damage?
I don't believe so. It was more his rear tires, but he lost a little bit of time to Darkest, but other than that, he's still moving. All 4 wheels are on, so that's what you need to race. So that's good for him. Gate Angelo though is quick. He's right behind Jonesy.
Oh wow!
Nice and close. He's got to get a good exit out of this corner to the hairpin. Looking for a move. He's trying to go around the outside. Jones goes deep. Gade with the switch.
Ooh, can he pull it off?
Gade will have DRS down this straightaway to the final corner. This is really crucial. They don't want to battle too much, or they're gonna lose ties towards the lead here. If Jones ultimately thinks he's quicker, then you gotta go. If Gade, if you really think you're quicker, then you gotta go, and then tuck in. But obviously, it's not so simple. Every driver thinks they're quicker than the others, so that's why we battle. And
exactly. As Giggle gets a 5-second stop go for speeding in the pit lane, so he's jumping in. I think he does not have to change his wing, so that's good. He'll just go in and go out after he serves the penalty.
Okay, so I could catch my breath a little bit here.
And we still have this fight between Jones and Gade, man. Gade's about a half a second behind Jones, but he's still there. He still gets the DRS. He's tucking in right behind the slipstream, just trying to get ever so closer to Jones's rear wing. And he's actually doing really well. Almost hits the wall of champions, but he comes off even faster. He's getting really, really close here now. He's under 3/10. And he'll just tuck in right behind him, wait for his time to pounce. I think this next lap is going to be crucial for him.
Well, yeah, Gade actually has a couple laps younger tires, and he's chasing Jones. Opus has a couple fresher tires than laps than Fatal, so he's catching them. So it looked like the undercut worked. Just saying that the undercut did work. Fatal got ahead, Jones, but yeah. Now the new tires are coming back, so Gade's gonna have a good opportunity here. Very close.
He tried it in coming up under the bridge for a little bit, so he lost a little bit of time, which might set him off here. But let's look at his straight line speed equipped with the DRS. Let's see if he can get it either here or after the Wall of Champions.
You got to watch Jonesy, though. He's a good defender. He's not going to give you the position on any occasion.
He certainly is.
Oh, he gets a 3-second there, so that's going to hurt Gade.
Uh-oh. So right now in the top 4, Jones is the only one without a penalty. He's looking great. He's got his head down. He's remaining calm. At least that's what it looks like. And he's just driving his race, even though he has Gade Angelo right behind him. Well done, Jones. He's defended against Fatal successfully, and now he's defending against Gade Angelo. So far, so good. Well done, man.
Oh yeah. And during the battle, Opus did get a 3-second time penalty, so now that 3 seconds turns into 6, so Fatal has a second to work with, so he's really 3 seconds ahead at this point, assuming penalties stay the same for now. But it's still looking good for Fatal.
Yep. So the gap from the leader right now, if they were to cross the line at this second, Jones would be in second, but only by 1 second behind Fatal, because Fatal's got that 5-second gap, and he's 6 seconds behind the leader. So if he can close that gap a little bit, he would be on for a win. Let's see how he goes, but it looks like this fight is just occupying him right now.
Oh, Gade, late break. Turn 1.
Oh no! They've got some contact, and Gade almost spins.
I call it a half spin. That was like a half.
Yeah.
That was a little wheel banging there. Just hard racing there. I mean, Gade went in deep, little wheel banging with Jones. Jones came back at turn 2. I think it's all fair.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was on Jones's wing or Jones's tire. I'm not sure if he got any damage from that, to be honest.
Yeah, as long as he's clean on damage, if both drivers are clean on damage, then they're gonna, regroup, gather, and attack again. Alex Tupper in the comments, which is roll, by the way. Jones said he said Jones got a 3-second time penalty as well on the same corner as the Renault, so he might have had. So I think he does have a penalty. Oh, as Fatal gets a 3-second. So now it's back into Opus's favor, as that 5 is now 6, 7, 8 seconds of penalties. So, but obviously 10 laps to go. There's still a lot of penalties to be given out, as race control likes to do. Yep. So we just have to focus more or less on the battles, and we'll just see where it all plays out, because my head hurts from doing all this math, so we're gonna forget about the math and let the game do that at the end of the results here.
Exactly.
But all pretty clean. Let's go back down the lineup. We have Ultimate close to Giggle. Rad's close to Lopez, who Lopez said earlier he had the 2-2 wing setup glitch, so that's why he's back here today after winning last week. Couple of retirements: Clues, XP, Coleman, and myself, if you count me, but that was a fail. But
that's alright. That was a little recon for the weather.
Yeah, I did it all for the weather. I did it for the forecast. That's all. as Rats actually gets the fastest lap on those new ultras. Let's see, good days out. Tico's having a pretty good day as a reserve.
One second.
Yep.
See, Freeze. It looks like Ultimate is actually going to pass Giggle right now. He's going around the outside. He decides not to, right under the bridge. So he'll probably try it again coming up to the hairpin and get that DRS and try and battle it out one more time.
Well, I think Gade is close to Ferrari here. Jones were actually close. He might have touched him in that corner from that viewpoint. Gade now with the DRS on this little short straightaway here. It seems to be they get so close, but no actual overtakes. You just get so close, but it's such a tight corner. You really need a big advantage to gain or do any types of overtaking.
You certainly do.
You just have to try to get a good exit. That is Gade. Crank that baby up.
Actually, he's definitely going to be able to get this.
Riding on board. Let's see it. It's just a drag race. Oh, they're going to have. Whoa! Oh, went side by side through the chicane. It could have ended in tears.
Yep.
You have to watch out for that.
Out there.
Yeah.
But it's all right. I mean, he was stuck behind Jones for so many laps. You know, eventually you got to try something a little bit more aggressive, and that's exactly what happened. Fortunately, it was a successful overtake. So, well done for Gade.
Yeah, he finally gets past. Now we'll see how his pace is. Although in that battle, getting behind Jones, he's lost 7.6 seconds to Opus and the lead pack, which is Fatal and Opus. So let's see. We have only a couple laps left. Winding down.
But with penalties in play, it looks like Opus is on for his. Would it be his first win?
Third, actually, this season.
Third, okay, right. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's been doing pretty good.
Nice, well done. I think did Giggle pit? Yeah, you did. Okay.
Yeah, so Opus is almost in DRS range. He's starting to reel him in a little bit. He's just right outside that DRS range. He's using all the track. Now he's inside of it. Does he have it open? I don't know.
But his tires are, what, 4 laps younger, so he's got a little bit
big
more
hit.
pace.
Big hit from Fatal. He hit the wall big time.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if he has wing damage. I'd be shocked if he doesn't have any.
So, to be honest. I don't see damage on his front left.
It could have just been
right?
Yeah, it was on the right, so it could have just been a hit to the wheel, but
I think it was.
He lost a lot of time on that lap as Opus DRS. He's got pure speed coming off that corner. He's gonna make a move into turn 1.
Yeah, he is.
For the lead, for the win. Moving on up. Oh, his Gade's actually out in the meantime.
What happened here? He might have hit the wall of champions, actually. Let's see. I've got no camera on his car just yet.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
he with somebody. Oh, with Giggle as well. Giggle, he was what? Was he a lap down or was he? I think he was a lap down.
Was a lap down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was.
So that was probably an incident with the blue flag car that costed Gade.
Poor Gade. He was on it for a great finish too.
Wow. We're gonna have to see that afterwards if there was actual contact or something, because there's a bunch of guys who were about a lap. The leaders are starting to catch these blue flag cars after a couple incidents, so that could happen, and it looked like it did. Unfortunately, it kind of good for Jones in a way. Yeah, I'll let Gade go by. Yeah, you crash out. You take the blue flag cars with you. Then I roll back, get my podium back. But nonetheless, really good recovery drive. Not even recovery, just I would say recovery over the last couple weeks haven't been so good for Gate, but he's coming back in a strong way. Didn't finish the way he wanted it to, but a good performance, I'd say, for a good portion of this race, as well as you know, the top 3, top 4 drivers. I mean, they've been putting on a real show. Just pure, a couple different strategies, differences, a little bit here, a couple different variations, the speed, you know, seeing the speed difference between each other, a couple good overtakes. I've quite enjoyed this one.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. The spectacle that was the three-way fight in the first stint was real nice. You know, these walls are actually quite close. It's actually a street circuit comparatively, and so to be able to actually fight like that, a three-way fight, nice and clean, not really that much contact, right close to each other, is a fantastic sign. It shows their classy drivers, their fantastic ability to drive.
Oh yeah, and if you haven't been watching, Jones gets another penalty, by the way. If you haven't been with us with TCR in a while, these drivers are only using the racing line, so there's no other assist besides the racing line. So, you know, for 19 drivers to race the way they are with just the racing line is incredible. A lot of them from North America. A lot of Canadian drivers today. Who's the lead Canadian driver today? Would that be? I don't think there's
I don't know
many.
If Norton is one, to be honest, but it would be.
No, he's American.
For sure.
It'd be all right. So it hasn't been a hot day for them. Let's just say. Dark, my boy D crying back in 8th. So if he's the lead Canadian guy, okay. It hasn't been such a great day, but next week is the USA Circuit of America. So I'd like to see the Canadians to do well on the Americans circuit. So it might get flipped next week. Oh, it's Darkus is doing some rally, losing the back end off that corner, trying to catch Tico, but
right now, who's our closest? The closest is probably Dark Crime and Tico, like you said.
Yep. So if you guys enjoyed or have any comments or things to point out, please leave them down in the comments. We'll definitely, I'd like to see your feedback on what you guys thought on a couple different things. It's been an eventful race. And yeah, don't forget, tomorrow is the Platinum class, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, for the Canadian Grand Prix, as we only have, what, 4 races left, Canada, US, Russia, and Brazil. So make sure you tune in for that. If you are not a driver and you want to become a driver, and just look down in the description, there'll be our website. You can all our information is on there. Just a couple little plugs here and there, don't hurt nobody.
Exactly.
And Norton, speaking of love, no, I won't do another plug. Norton Norton on Airborne for 5th position here, so this would be a nice top 5 for either driver. Airborne got his first podium last week, so that props to him, and he's going to follow it up with a 5th. But oh
no, he's pulling over. He's allowing,
did he just let him by? What was that, Airborne?
Yeah, he did.
Airborne, what are you doing? Do tigers let their prey go by? Do they just let them run? Man.
Only to hunt them down, I guess. We'll see.
So we have a... Go ahead. No, Darkus,
No, I was just saying, maybe there's some, information sharing between Norton and Airborne. Airborne's taking a little bit of Norton's setup or something like that. Maybe there's a little engine, team orders or co-team orders going on. You never know.
Sure. Anything really could happen, I guess.
You never know. I'm just trying to spread conspiracies, really.
Yeah, I'm not untold the conspiracy thing. No, I'm just kidding. Chad S, which is Kitten, said, my wife left me. I took the best nap of my life. So that's why he's not here today. I think that's his first miss as well this season, so
I think
Would have
so.
been cool to see him in. It would have been a full 20. So, but yeah, that's why Kitten is not here.
Yeah.
He took
Looks like
a.
Fatal's actually kind of catching back up to Opus. He's 1.4 seconds behind him now, but I'm not sure how this is gonna tune out when it comes to penalties. I'm not sure who has more penalties or not. I think it might be Fatal though.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see where it comes down to. Regardless, as far as pace advantage, I mean, it's been kind of pretty even between the two drivers. I think
It
the
certainly
tire
has.
strategy kind of helped Opus, but other than that, I mean, the big gap from Fatal to Jones, that was primarily on the battle him and Gate had. That caused
Yeah,
the big gap. But other than that, we had a lot of contenders for this race.
yeah, I agree. But yeah, we had Fatal actually. He actually did lead a few laps of this race, but obviously we have Opus leading the one that matters when it comes to the end of this lap, with Jones in third. So we'll see how the penalties play.
And just to go back on that point that we made earlier on, Opus moving up 14 positions, ultimately to take the win if all goes right, as we have like half a lap left.
We got the wall of champions left, so anything could happen there.
Oh man, that would be just saying that'd be the ultimate commentator's curse. I know we've had some
Oh
pretty bad
god,
ones, but that would
yeah.
be the worst. Regardless, Opus coming around the last corner, one more obstacle. Takes it nice and clean as there's some debris off the corner over there. Fatal,
Oh,
little
Fatal almost missed it.
squirrely, but Opus is going to win the Canadian Grand Prix, his third this season. Opus
Oh darn Opus.
gets it done.
What a drive. Definitely my drive of the day, I've got to say. You've got to have some talent to go from 50th to first.
Oh, I mean, what a great drive. I mean, he kind of came out of nowhere. Didn't qualify good, but he had the speed to do it. He moved all the way up. Moved all the way up. Guy had some good overtakes, some good strategy, good pace. Everything went well for him, and he's got his third win.
But
Jones
you know what? I think
gets
this
the
might
podium.
be heating. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, working man Norton airborne, so Norton gets that top 5. D-Crime crashed across the line. So we have the whole wreckage after the straightaway. Tico, head steward, gets a couple points in 8th. Not a bad day for him. And Mojo come back from his, I guess, debut in the Golden class. He hasn't been racing with us since last Platinum class season. So he gets a point as well. So a little bit of everything.
You know, Freeze, actually, I got to say this. I just noticed this. With Fatal taking second and Jones taking third, Fatal's actually inching closer and closer to the World Drivers' Championship. So he'll be 7 points behind Jones.
No,
and he
the
might be able to.
TCR's World Championship.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. The TCR World Championship.
The Golden class. Let's clarify the Golden class TCR
Yes.
Championship.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's starting to come down to the wire in the last. Now we only have 3 more races left, so Fatal's inching closer. He did gain 3 points on him today, so that those 3 points count. They'll definitely go.
Yeah, 3.
The deficit comes down, so
To 6,
3 more
then,
left.
sorry.
It could. Do we know the actual gap between the two?
Right now, it should be 6 because
6
before
points.
these points, 6 points. Yeah.
Wow, and who would be in third? Is it close with D-Crime? He kind of lost a little bit.
It would probably be D Crime. Actually, hold on. Opus is 75, so he'd be at 100. Yeah, it'd be D Crime next. With where do you finish today? Okay, he would have
Finished
119. Yeah, so he'd still be in third with 119.
Okay. So it's definitely between Jones and Fatal, and if they get tangled up, then you got Darkest, who can get back in the mix. Although
Opus
Opus
could get
also,
really
yeah,
close
he's
with
been
another
winning.
win. Yeah.
Yeah, he's inching closer. He's getting win left and right. So that's his third. So yeah, so it looks close for the championship. But so
Yep.
next week is the Circuit of the Americas. Then we go to the penultimate race in Russia, and then we final it out in Brazil. So 3 races left, 75 points on the table for the 3 races, and let's see who maximizes. Let's see who wins. It's all coming down to this. Can Fatal win the championship without a win? Could Jones
Oh.
win it with just one win? You know, like there's a lot of variables, a lot of things that
Could
can.
Opus steal it all from both of them? You never know.
Yeah,
Just
can
like he
Opus come
stole
back
this
and
race
win
here.
the next 4? You know, he won today. It'd be 4 in a row. Could he come back? I don't know.
It's gonna be
It's
interesting.
tight. If I were them, I'd get practicing. I'd definitely get
Exactly.
practicing, but it's definitely close. I like to see a close battle. Last year in Golden Class, you had ZX a good portion in front of. I think it was W and Frost. So we didn't really see a championship fight in Golden, but this year, towards the end, since Mitch left and got promoted, it's really opened the door for these other drivers, and I like to see, these battles between them and who's gaining momentum, who's losing. But yeah, so next week is Russia. No, not Russia. What am I saying? Next week is
That's
Circuit
what
of
the
Americas.
States.
Tomorrow is
Yep.
Canada for the Platinum class. Um,
At
if
8:30
you,
EST.
yep. Excuse me. And if you all enjoyed today's race, give it a like. That'd be definitely appreciated. If you're not subscribed already, please do so and hit the bell while you're at it. And if you are interested in joining, there will be the link of the website down below shortly once the video is up, and all the information is on there. So yeah. Other than that, thanks Silent for commentating today with me.
No problem.
And
No problem.
I guess we'll see each other on track tomorrow. Uh, and we'll go from there.
All right.
So thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.